السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله، الحمد لله، الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome you all to the class of Al-Arabiyya to Bayna. We are in Unit 4. And today, inshallah ta'ala, we will listen to the audio. فهم المسموع إن شاء الله تعالى.
الدرس الوحدة الرابعة الدرس الرابع والعشرون.
فهم المسموع. القسم الأول: أصحاب الفيل. كان أبرهة بن الصباح عاملا للنجاشي ملك الحبشة على اليمن، فرأى الناس يتجهزون أيام موسمي الحج والعمرة إلى مكة، فبنى كنيسة بصنعاء، وكتب إلى النجاشي: إني بنيت لك كنيسة لم يبنى مثلها، ولست منتهيا حتى أصرف إليها حج العرب. فسمع به رجل من بني كنانة، فدخلها ليلا فلطخ قبلتها بالعذرة، فقال أبرهة: من الذي اجترأ على هذا؟
Okay. So كان أبرهة بن الصباح, he says, but there's no tajdeed here. So I don't know. أبرهة بن الصباح or is it Sabah? From what we understand here, it's Sabah. Anyways, عاملا للنجاشي. So عامل is a worker. Um, he was a worker for Najashi. That means he was a governor for Najashi. Governor for Najashi. Because Najashi for Ethiopia, they conquered twice. So Yemen, and they lost again, and then they conquered again. Dhun was a Jew, conquered Yemen, and then they got it back again. Uh, so, uh, so Christian rule came back again in Yemen. عاملا للنجاشي ملك الحبشة. He was the king of Ethiopia, whatever, Habasha. على اليمن, on the Yemen. So he was عاملا على اليمن. He was a governor on the Yemen. فرأى الناس يتجهزون أيام موسمي الحج والعمرة إلى مكة. So he saw the people يتجهزون, يتجهز, getting ready in the days of أيام موسمي is dual, موسماني موسمين, and the noon is dropped because of إضافة مضاف إليه. Days of two seasons of Hajj and Umrah إلى مكة, to Makkah. فبنى كنيسة بصنعاء. So he built a house. Or تجهز is to be equipped also. تجهز يتجهز, furnished, supplied, for getting ready. So he built a كنيسة بصنعاء. He built a church in Sana'a. وكتب إلى النجاشي, and he wrote to Najashi, إني بنيت لك كنيسة لم يبنى مثلها. Indeed, I have made for you a church which was not made before it, like it, similar to it. مثلها. Bana yabni is to build, and its passive is yubna, and then because of lam, the ya is dropped. ولست منتهيا حتى أصرف إليها حج العرب. And I'm not done with it. Muntahiyan, intaha yantahi is to finish, and I'm not done with it. I'm not finished it. Hatta asrifa ilayha, until sarafa yasrifu is to turn. Until I turn to it, the Hajj of the Arabs. So I don't want the Arabs to be going to Makkah. I want them to be going to uh, this Kanisa. Ullais it was named, I believe. فَسَمِعَ بِهِ رَجُلٌ مِّن بَنِي كِنَانَةَ. So a man from Banu Kinana heard this. فَدَخَلَهَا لَيْلًا. So he entered, and at night, it should not be a full stop, I think. But anyways, فَلَطَّخَ. لَطَّخَ يُلَطِّخُ is to soil, soil something, splatter, splash. فَلَطَّخَ قِبْلَتَهَا. So he soiled its qibla bil-adira, with dirt. So we know what the dirt is. He urinated and he did all those things. So adira, so is like filth. Adira is like filth. So adira is also al-gha'it. Gha'it, that means the place Gha'it, it comes in the Quran also, the place where you go to relieve yourself. So he did that. فقال أبرهة, so Abraha said, من الذي اشترأ على هذا? Who is the one who has اشترأ يشترئ, who has, who's brave to do this, but not brave, but audacity to do this. Like bravery, shaja'a is bravery. It's a nice thing. But if you have bravery in the wrong circumstances, in wrong places, which is not commendable, that is audacity. That is audacity, and that's called jur'a. So ishtara'a is like that. Ishtara'a is like that. So man alladhi ishtara'a hadha? Who has the audacity to do this? قيل
قيل رجل من أهل ذلك البيت، يعني الكعبة، سمع بالذي قلت، فحلف أبرهة ليسيرن إلى الكعبة حتى يهدمها، وكتب إلى النجاشي يخبره بذلك، فسأله أن يبعث إليه بفيله، وكان له فيل لم يرى مثله عظما وجسما وقوة، فبعث به إليه، فخرج أبرهة سائرا إلى مكة، وأمر بالغارة على نعم الناس.
Okay. So قيل, it was said to him, رجل من أهل ذلك البيت, a man from that house. نعم. يعني الكعبة. الكعبة. سمع بالذي قلت. He heard what you said. So because he heard what you said, he has done this bold action. He had the audacity to do it. فحلف أبرهة ليسيرن إلى الكعبة. So Abraha took an oath that he will surely, this lam is for halafa, because he's taken an oath. ليسيرن, Sara yasiru, he will travel, and this noon is for emphasis, no? يسيرن, and this lam ليسيرن إلى الكعبة. He will surely travel to Kaaba حتى يهدمها, so that he could, until he will demolish it, destroy the Kaaba. Na'udhu billah. هذا ما يهدمه. This also shows, by the way, that taking the law in the hands, the man who did this, he caused such a big problem. He caused such a big, just because he went and urinated and whatnot. So he was the reason for him getting enraged to destroy the Kaaba. So taking the law in the hands has serious consequences. And al-mutasabbib kal-fa'il, the reason, the one who causes something is like the doer. Al-mutasabbib kal-fa'il. So it is very essential, you have to understand the cause and effect. Just because if you don't have taqa or quwwa, and you go and just say something in front of the king who's an oppressor, and because of your saying, what happens is he kills thousands of people or hundreds of people, whatever. So you, because of your just cursing him or doing whatever small, you're just pinching him, because of that it is very dangerous in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you were the reason for that. So you have to see shar as it's small or big, because people who have this takfiri mindset, khariji instincts, they are like this. They want to instigate the whole countries and so on, subhanallah. And then they will be killed or imprisoned throughout their life. And I knew some people who are still in jail because of these just takfiri thoughts. And they quote al-hukm bi ghayri ma anzalallah and so on, and they make it a huge issue. So my point is, you have to be follow the scholars, Quran and Sunnah ala manhaj salaf, and not follow some people here and there, who will mislead you about serious issues, takfiri mindsets, khariji mindsets. May Allah protect all of us from that. It's very dangerous. because they quote يدعون العلم, like Rasulullah says that they will claim for ilm, ولكنهم, but they will be جاهلون. جاهلون.
فجمع إليه.
So, so he said, he will surely travel. He will surely travel to Makkah to destroy. وكتب إلى النجاشي يخبره بذلك. He wrote to Najashi to inform him of that. فسأله أن يبعث إليه بفيله. And he asked him to send him with his animal, or with his elephant. So Najashi had an elephant, strong elephant. وكان له فيل لم يرى مثله عظما وجسما وقوة. يعني كان له فيل, and he had, for him there was an elephant which was not seen مثله, like it, عظما, in body, وجسما, عظما is greatness of stature, جسما body, وقوة and strength. فبعث به إليه, so he sent for it to him. That means Najashi sent, I guess. فخرج أبرهة سائرا إلى مكة. So Abraha left traveling to Makkah. سار يسير سائر وأمر بالغارة على نعم الناس. And he commanded, غارة is to capture. غارة يغور is غارة يغير is to be jealous, but غارة يغور is to raid. Raid. So al-gharatun, gharat is predatory incursion, a raid, an attack. So وأمر بالغارة, so he commanded an attack for ala na'am nas. And what is na'am? One na'am is yes. One na'am is to say yes. The other na'am is cattle. Cattle. So don't get confused. Like na'am means yes. What is this happening? This is na'am an'am. An'am, which is cattle, which is grazing. An'am, so that an'am, no? What's the singular for that is na'am, grazing livestock. So you might be like, cattle is anyways plural. Why do you have singular for that? Well, it's like a collective thing. Both are used for the same meaning, I believe. Na'am could also mean cattle, multiple animals, and an'am could also mean multiple animals anyways. So he could have said in this text, ala an'am nas, on the grazing livestock. It's like people, maybe. It's like qawm, aqwam. So qawm is also a people. Aqwam is like multiple groups of people, you see? Like hada qawm, this is a group of people, collective nouns, right? This is one group, and then like that. So na'am is one piece of cattle. That means one guy's cattle is called na'am, and multiple people, everyone's is called an'am. فجمع إليه
أموال الحرم، وأصاب لعبد المطلب 200 بعير. ثم بعث رجلا من حمير إلى أهل مكة فقال: أبلغ شريفها أنني لم آت لقتال، بل جئت لأهدم البيت. فانطلق فقال لعبد المطلب ذلك، فقال عبد المطلب: ما لنا به يدان، سنخلي بينه وبين ما جاء له، فإن هذا بيت الله وبيت خليله إبراهيم، فإن يمنعه فهو بيته وحرمه، وإن يخلي بينه وبين ذلك فوالله ما لنا به من قوة.
So what happened then? So he reached Makkah and he had called them to gather the cattle. فَجُمِعَ إِلَيْهِ أَمْوَالُ الْحَرَمِ. So it was gathered for him the wealth of the haram. وأصاب لعبد المطلب 200 بعير, and أصاب, afflicted for Abdul Muttalib 200 بعير, 200 بعير. The بعير is could be a jamal wa naqa. It could be a male camel or a female camel, which is used for riding. It's called ba'ir. So ba'ir is word for riding camel, from what I know. So asaba. So when asaba comes with li, that means afflicted. So the asaba is going back to Abraha, I think. So Abraha, he attacked, or he captured, you could say, or he afflicted for Abdul Muttalib مئة بعير. That means he took 200 camels. ثم بعث رجلا من حمير إلى أهل مكة. Then he sent a man from Himyar to the people of Makkah. فقال أبلغ شريفها. So he said, أبلغ شريفها أنني لم آتي لقتال. So say to him that Abraha is saying that أبلغ شريفها, that inform, أبلغ يبلغ is to inform, reach the leader, Sharif, noble person, leader, أنني لم آتي لقتال, that I did not come for fighting. بل جئت لأهدم البيت. But I rather come, I've come to destroy. هدم يهدم, to destroy the house. فانطلق, so the man went. فقال لعبد المطلب ذلك. So he said to Abdul Muttalib that. فقال عبد المطلب ما لنا به يدا. We do not have, we, for us, that ما لنا, not for us, bihi, for it, two hands. Maybe he says ما لنا به إلا يدا. We don't have two hands. I don't know what he means. ما لنا به يدان. Not for us in it two hands. Not, we cannot do two matters at once, maybe. سنخلي بينه وبين ما جاء له. We will leave. خلى يخلي is to leave the path. خلي سبيل. سنخلي, we will leave بينه, between him, وبين ما جاء له, between what he has come for it, and what he came for. خلى يخلي is to leave alone. We will desist, we will abstain. We'll abstain. سنخلي. Yeah. It could be, he did not give a tajdeed, so it could be sanukhli. Akhla, yukhli is also to vacate. Sanukhli baynahu bayna ma ja'a laha. We will evacuate, we will move from here. We will not do anything. فَإِنَّ هَذَا بَيْتُ اللَّهِ وَبَيْتُ خَلِيلِهِ إِبْرَاهِيمِ. Because فَإِنَّ and the anna means because this is the house of Allah and the house of his friend Ibrahim. فَإِنْ يَمْنَعَهُ, if he prevents him, فَهُوَ بَيْتُهُ وَحَرَمُهُ. That means if Allah prevents him, and it is his house and it is haram, his what do you call it? Sanctuary. وَإِنْ يُخْلَ. So akhla yukhla, the ya is dropped, I believe. وَإِنْ يُخْلَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ ذَلِكَ. So if Allah leaves him between him and that, فَوَاللَّهِ مَا لَنَا بِهِ مِنْ قُوَةٍ. So by Allah, we will not have any strength. Because if Allah allows it, who can stop it?
قال فانطلق معي إلى الملك فقال لأبرهة إن هذا سيد قريش يستأذن عليك وقد جاء غير ناصب لك ولا مخالف لأمرك وأنا أحب أن تأذن له. وكان عبد المطلب رجلا جسيما وسيما، فلما رآه أبرهة أعظمه وأكرمه وكره أن يجلس معه على سريره وأن يجلس تحته، فهبط إلى البساط فدعاه فأجلسه معه، فطلب منه أن يرد عليه 200 البعير التي أصابها من ماله.
So فقال, so he said فانطلق معي إلى الملك. So he came with me to the king. He set out with me to the king. فقال لأبرهة, so he said to the Abraha, maybe the narrator is saying, but anyways, whatever he's bringing these words, no, these words may not be the exact same. Means just added for, like last time we had Umar and Uthman and so on, about Abu Bakr Siddiq, he being giving wasiyah. The words were not there in the history books, and the order was also not the same. Similarly here, this is not a seerah book. This is not, they just made it like this, or taken from some literary work. So these exact words may not be there in the books or like that, but the gist is almost similar. إن هذا سيد قريش يستأذن عليك. So this is the leader of Quraysh. He's seeking permission to enter. عليك upon you, that means in your place. وقد جاء غير ناصب لك ولا مخالف لأمرك. So is he coming in danger? He said no. فقد جاء غير ناصب. نصب ينصب is to erect something. So he's not coming with something prepared. It also means to be prepared with something. Nasib. Fansab, it comes in the Quran, so strive hard. Nasb is like striving hard, also. So he's not coming something with something prepared. He's not accusing you. He's not doing anything. Wala mukhalif, he's not against you also, li amrik, to your matter. He is following you. He's listening to you. وَأَنَا أُحِبُّ أَن تَأْذَنَ لَهُ. And the follower, the guy whom he sent, I would love that you give permission for him. Give permission for him. وَكَانَ عَبْدُ الْمُطَّلِبْ رَجُلًا جَسِيمًا وَسِيمًا. And Abdul Muttalib was a big man. Jasim. Jasim means, he was heavy built. And Wasim, handsome also. He was a big man. فَلَمَّا رَآهُ أَبْرَهَةُ أَعْظَمَهُ وَأَكْرَمَهُ. And when Abraha saw him, he honored him, and A'zama deemed him lofty. A'zama is to think something is great. A'zam. وَكَرِهَ أَنْ يَجْلِسَ مَعَهُ عَلَى سَرِيرِهِ. And he disliked that he should sit with him on his bed, on his sarir. That means he was sitting on some sarir, could mean his throne also here. Arshihi. وَأَنْ يَجْلِسَ تَحْتَهُ. And also he disliked that he should sit below me. So he came down. I don't know how true this is. فَهَبَطَ إِلَى الْبِسَاطِ فَدَعَاهُ فَأَجْلَسَ مَعَهُ. Habata is like nazala. He came down. Habata, yahabutu, to descend. So he came down إلى البساط, to the carpet bisat. فَدَعَاهُ. So he called him. فَأَجْلَسَهُ مَعَهُ. So he made him sit with him. That means Abdul Muttalib. وطلب منهم أن يرد عليه 200 بعير التي أصابها من ماله. So he requested from him أن يرد عليه. That means, who requested now? Abdul Muttalib requested that يرد. رد يرد is to reply, to return. To يرد عليه 200 البعير, the 200 camels, riding camels, which التي أصابها, which he captured them من ماله, from his wealth.
فقال أبرهة لترجمانه: قل له إنك إن كنت أعجبتني حين رأيتك، ولقد زهدت فيك. قال: لما؟ قال: جئت إلى بيت هو دينك ودين آبائك وشرفكم وعصمتكم لأهدمه، فلم تكلمني فيه وتكلمني في 200 بعير. قال: أنا رب الإبل، والبيت له رب يمنعه منك. فقال: ما كان ليمنعه مني. قال: فأنت وذاك. فأمر بإبله فردت عليه، ثم خرج وأخبر قريشا الخبر، وأمرهم أن يتفرقوا في الشعاب ويتحرزوا في رؤوس الجبال خوفا عليهم من معرة الجيش، ففعلوا. وأتى عبد المطلب البيت فأخذ بحلقة الباب وجعل يدعو ربه، ثم توجه في بعض تلك الوجوه مع قومه.
فقال أبرهة لترجمانه. So Abraha said to his translator. Turjuman also is used. Another is used tarjuman with a fatha. Now, but Turjuman is more common, I believe. Like Ibn Abbas is called Turjuman. Turjuman al-Quran, also some of them call Tarjuman al-Quran. Turjuman I've heard more, Allahu A'lam. قل له, say to him, إنك كنت عجبتني, you have amazed me. Indeed, you have amazed me. حين رأيتك, when I saw you. حين is when. That means you were big and handsome and strong man. وَلَقَدْ زَهِدْتُ فِيك. And I have surely زَهِدْتُ. Zahida is zuhd, is to, how do you say, abandon you, forsake you. وَلَقَدْ زَهِدْتُ فِيك. I have, to renounce, to become an ascetic is zuhd, no? So he also say, maybe he means, but I'm disappointed in you. Zahidtu fi could be disappointed. قال لما, why? He said, why? قال جئت إلى بيت, I came to a house. هو دينك, it is your religion. ودين آبائك, your religion of your forefathers. That is, the house is important, no? وشرفكم, and your honor, وعصمتكم عصمة, your protection, you could say. لأهدمه. So I have come, the house which is your honor, your religion, your everything, right? And I have come to destroy it. فلم تكلمني فيه. You did not speak to me about it. وتكلمني في 200 بعير, and you're speaking to me about 200 camels. قال, he said, أنا رب الإبل. I am the Lord of the camels. والبيت له رب يمنعه منك. And the house for it, there's a Lord which will prevent him for it. Allah will protect him. فقال ما كان ليمنعه مني. He will not be able to prevent me. Bro was very confident. ما كان ليمنعه مني. He will not be able to prevent. قال فأنت وذاك. Then you and him, you and that, so do whatever you want. أنت وذاك is you like, okay, do whatever you want. Who cares? Allah will protect it. You are saying he will not protect. Fine, fine. فأمر بإبله. So he commanded his camels. Abraha gave them the camels. فردت عليه, it was returned to him. ثم خرج وأخبر قريشا الخبر. Then he left and informed the Quraysh the news. وأمرهم أن يتفرقوا في الشعب, and they should go in the شعب, plural is شعب, valleys. So the mountains, we have شعب, no? شعب أبي طالب, and they have, so these guys in Makkah, they used to have some tribes and some people. There's a lot. This valley is mine, this valley is mine. So there's to, they can go, like a farmhouse kind of, or countryside. There's to divide the plots. This is mine, this is mine. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was boycotted and all that, all of them stayed in Shayb Abi Talib and their Shi'ab, their valleys. Shayb is also a mountain path, a mountain trail, a gorge, a ravine. Okay, so they were like, okay, disperse, تفرقوا في الشعب or شعب or في الشعاب, in the mountain paths, go and stay there. وتحرزوا في رؤوس الجبال. تحرز, seek protection, I believe. Yes, وتحرزوا في رؤوس الجبال, and be careful, take heed, take precautions in the head, in the tops of the mountains. It's not like just go and chill there and relax, because we don't know what Abraha will do. He might come to you guys also in the ravines and so on. So be careful. So have your scouts on top, on the mountains, have your scouts or some people there, so that they can see, oh, who's coming and who's not. Be careful, take precautions, be wary. خوفا عليهم من معرة الجيش, because he was fearing on them, on the army. Nobody can control معرة. I don't know, معرة, we could say armies. So معرة الجيش, from the army shame, stain, معرة literally disgrace, dishonor. Because what happens is, when you send an army, once they conquer a city, they'll go berserk. Everybody will start, looting and going after the women and so on. So he was thinking, okay, Abraha may not order this army. This army will go berserk and they'll start going to the attacking people and all that. So they did that. Be careful. وَأَتَى Abdul Muttalib البيت. So Abdul Muttalib came to the house. فَأَخَذَ بِحَلَقَةِ الْبَابِ, and he held on to the ring of the bab. وَجَعَلَ يَدْعُو رَبَّهُ, and he started. Ja'ala, when it comes with another verb, it means to start. And he started praying his Lord. ثُمَّ تَوَجَّهَ فِي بَعْضِ تِلْكَ الْوُجُوهِ, and then he headed towards مَعَ قَوْمِهِ. Wajh is a face, but wajh also means ways. Wajhun, it could mean face, so many things. Wajh, right side of a fabric, a dial, personality, direction. Yeah, direction, you could say here. Direction. So he headed towards the directions, min tilkal wujuh, from those directions, with his people. With his people. He went with his people.
وأصبح أبرهة وقد تهيأ للدخول، وعبأ جيشه وهيأ فيله، ووجهه إلى الحرم، فبرك الفيل، فبعثوه فأبى، فوجهوه إلى اليمن، فقام يهرول، ووجهوه إلى الشام ففعل مثل ذلك، ووجهوه إلى المشرق ففعل ذلك، فصرفوه إلى الحرم فبرك. فأرسل الله طيرا من قبل البحر مع كل طائر 3 أحجار، حجرين في رجليه وحجرا في منقاره، فلما غشيت القوم أرسلتها عليهم، فلم تصب تلك الحجارة أحدا إلا هلك، وليس كل القوم أصابت، فخرج البقية هاربين إلى اليمن، فماج بعضهم في بعض، يتساقطون بكل طريق، ويهلكون على كل منهل. وبعث الله على أبرهة داء في جسده، فجعلت تساقط أنامله حتى انتهى إلى صنعاء، وهو مثل الفرخ، وما مات حتى انصدع صدره عن قلبه ثم هلك.
Okay. وأصبح أبرهة. So أصبح Abraha in the morning. Asbaha could mean just became or became in the morning. وقد تهيأ للدخول. That means Abraha did the morning and he has prepared for entry. Okay, now he's on the outskirts of Makkah. Now he's entering inside. وعبأ جيشه. Abba, I have no idea. Abba is like preparing again or commanding. Yeah, Abba, you arrange, prepare. Abba جيشه, like جهز جيشه. He prepared, call up, mobilize his troops, mobilize. أبع يعبر تعبير. وهيأ فيله, and he also made ready. هيأ يهيئ. He made his فيله. Feel plural is فيل. His elephant. So he did not have one elephant. There were several accounts of different types of elephants. ووجهه إلى الحرم. So he headed towards Haram. That means he took the elephant and said, okay, let's go to Haram. فبرك الفيل. Baraka yabruku is to kneel down. The elephant go to Makkah, it knelt down. فبعثوه. So they sent it. That means they lifted it up. فأبى. It refused. They tried to push it. It said no. وجهوه إلى اليمن. So they said, okay, let's go to Yemen. وقد تهيأ. No, sorry, Yemen. فقام يهرول. So they turned the camel. Okay, let's turn the camel. فقام يهرول. They started running fast. هذا ولا يهرول used to walk fast. It comes in the hadith also. No? If somebody comes walking, I'll come uharwil ilay. I will come walking, Allah says. وَوَجَّهُوهُ إِلَى الشَّامِ. So instead of Makkah, okay, let's go to Sham. Right, let's go there. فَفَعَلَ مِثْلَ ذَلك. So he quickly went. Haram it was not going. وَوَجَّهُوهُ إِلَى الْمَشْرِقِ. Okay, they said, Sham is like west, no? Northwest kind of. وَوَجَّهُوهُ إِلَى الْمَشْرِقِ. They said, okay, let's go east. Yes, they were going. Because they're coming from Yemen, no? From south. So they have to go north for Haram. And they were sitting here maybe. So this place is going to the east. East is going. فَفَعَلَ ذَلِكَ. But north it's not going. فَصَرَفُوهُ إِلَى الْحَرَمِ again. فَبَرَكَ. Again they said, they turned it to Haram. It's kneel down. So we're like, what's happening? And they wanted to trick it maybe. Take it to the east and then turn it again. But it was smart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded it. So it stopped. It knelt down. Baraka yabruku. It knelt down. Fasallahu ta'ala. So at that time, when they were in this confusion on all this is happening, the elephant's not moving. And so Allah sent tayran, birds. Tayran is a group of birds also. Tayran, birds. It's not one bird. It's like a collection of birds. A group of birds came. Tara yatiru is to fly, and tayyar is like tayyara is a pilot, no? So tayr is a collective noun. Tuyur is also used, collection. Like I said for qawm aqwam, same thing, na'am and am. So tayr is like one collection. So Allah sent a group of birds. Multiple groups are called tuyur. Tuyur, atyar. طائرة is a plane. So first Allah, a group of birds من قبل البحر, from the side of the sea. مع كل طائر. So طائر is one bird. طائر is like a group. طائر. طائرة is a plane. طائر is like a bird. So one bird will be called طائر. or feminine طائرة. I mean, the طائرة is used for plane now. مع كل طائر ثلاثة أحجار. With every bird there were 3 stones. حجرين من في رجليه, 2 stones in its in his claws, legs. وحجرا في منقاره, and 1 stone in its beak. فلما غشيت القوم, when the people became unconscious, أرسلتها عليهم. أرسلت, they threw the stones. So how did the people become unconscious? Does he mean when the people slept? So maybe it was غشيت القوم, it became dark for the people. So it happened at night. غشية يغشى has to cover, to be dark at night. غشيت القوم. Or maybe when this غشيت is going to the birds. So when they became so dark, like there's so many birds, the sky became dark. It's not nighttime, but when so many like clouds, they're like clouds. So when they overcame the people, you could say, overwhelmed the people. فأرسلتها عليهم. So they did not throw from far away. They came, stood, and then, not stood, but flew, and then shot. Arsala is to send, shoot. فأرسلتها, they shot the stones عليهم, on them, on all of the people. فلم تصب تلك الحجارة, so the stone did not afflict anyone, أحدا إلا هلك, except that he died. So the stone hit you, and that person perhaps perished. وليس كل القوم أصابت, but not every person was not afflicted. It's not like the total people, were أصابت. فخرج البقية, so all of them, the remaining, they left هاربين إلى اليمن, running to Yemen. So they were like, the birds are here, so they're coming back, running to Yemen. فماج بعضهم في بعض. ماج يموج used to become like waves. So like a stampede occurred. Maja is like, they're coming like so many, this thing, they were rolling. So roll, surge. So Maja بعضهم في بعض. So they were surging, they fell upon each other. There was a stampede occurring. يتساقطون بكل طريق, they were falling. تساقط, يتساقط is like سقط, to fall. They were tumbling on the way, on every path. It's not like they were running away properly, nicely. No, they were slipping, falling on the path, collapsing in every path. Maybe because they were collapsing because somebody's hand might have gone, somebody's leg might have gone. So it's not like the destruction happened, okay, they're dead now in one place. No, for the ibrah, for the lesson for the people, they were going and dying in various places. So the people are looking, what's happening? Oh, who's this guy? So it's more danger. It's more like what do you call, threatening? No, it's more danger for the people who see, who are you and what is happening? He's dying, and then he will say the story. Oh, we tried to attack the Kaaba and this happened. So manhal is every watering place. It comes from nahila yanhalu, is to drink, like shariba, yashrabu, nahla, with a ha, but not with a ha, with a small ha. Nahlat is a drink, nahla, a swallow. Gulp is also called nahla. So every pool, they were like water, and going to the pool, and they were dying there. So dead bodies on the path to Yemen. فَبَعَثَ اللَّهُ عَلَى أَبْرَهَ. What about the king, the Abraha? Allah put a disease, that anfijase. He also did not die at that spot. It was not a quick death. He had a disease. جسده فجعل تساقط أنامله. His fingers. Anamil is fingertips. Unmula is singular, and then plural is anamil. His fingertips were falling off. Fingertips were falling off. حتى انتهى إلى صنعاء, until he reached Sana'a. Isba is a finger, by the way. Anamil is like fingertips. Unmulah is one fingertip. Fingertips, anamil. His fingertips, and until he reached Sana, وهو مثل الفرخ. So all his fingertips and hands and whatever were falling, and it became like farkh. Farkh is a what do you say? A bird's child. He became like so. Farrakha at-ta'ir. The bird had young ones. That means bird gave birth to a young ones. It's called farrakha yufarrib, to sprout. So farkhun afrakh, very commonly used in literature and all that, is like a young small chicken, small bird. Farkhun afrakh. And female is called farkhatun, farakhat, or firakh is used. So he became like a small child, very weak, fragile, like a what do you call it? A chick of a bird, a young bird. وما مات, and he did not die حتى انصدع صدره. So he did not die until his heart split apart. صدع is to crack. In صدع is also like form 7, to crack. So his heart cracked عن قلبه. In صدع صدره, so his chest cracked. عن قلبه, that means from his heart. And his heart fell over. ثم هلك, then he died. That means we could say his heart broke apart. His chest broke, tore away the heart. Not inside sadruhu and qalbihi. ثم, then he died. Okay, let's answer some questions. Inshallah ta'ala. True or false? أعجب أبرهة بموقف عبد المطلب. Abraha was pleased with the stance of Abdul Muttalib. No, he was not pleased. He was like, defend your house, man. Why not defending? He was not pleased. So we can put a cross markers. غير صح. غلط. عزم أبرهة على القتال. Abraha wanted to fight. He made a decision for that. No. Oh, sorry. You have to put false. He did not. He did not want to fight. Next one. So this is also false. قابل النجاشي وعبد المطلب في مكة. Najashi met Abdul Muttalib. Najashi? No. خرج أبرهة إلى الكعبة غاضبا. Abraha went to left to Kaaba غاضبا, angry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we could say he was angry, yes. بنى أبرهة للنجاشي كنيسة في الحبشة. Abraha built for Najashi a church in Habasha. Abraha built for Najashi. Yeah, true. He built he did not build in Habasha. He made it in Yemen. False. لطخ رجل من قريش كنيسة أبرهة. A man لطخ, he soiled the church of Abraha. صحيح. Yes. لطخ يلطخ. التدريب الثاني. اختر الجواب المناسب بوضع دائرة على الحرف الصحيح مما سمعت. كان أبرهة عاملا للنجاشي. Abraha was a worker for Najashi, that means governor, على اليمن. He was for at Yemen. And so we can take this. توجه أبرهة إلى الكعبة للتجارة للحج لهدمها, to destroy it. عندما رأى أبرهة عبد المطلب لأول وهلة احترمه أحبه احترمه. أول وهلة is like first instance, I believe. Wahla, it comes from wahila, yawhalu, to be frightened, appalled, dismayed. So wahlatun is also like first fright, but first moment, first instant. لأول وهلة, at first sight. في الوهلة الأولى is also used in the first sight, or عند الوهلة الأولى, at first sight. So أول وهلة, in the first moment. وقف أهل الحرم من جيش أبرهة موقفا. أهل الحرم, they stood from the army of Abraham موقف المدافعين, the position of defenders, مناصرين, helping him. خائفين, fearful. موقف الخائفين, they were fearful. They did not help, they did not defend, just ran away. لم يتحقق لأبرهة ما أراد. For Abraha did not realize what he wanted. لأن أهل مكة ردوه وقاتلوه. Because the people of Mecca repelled him. Radda is to repel, reply. And they fought him. لأنه غير رأيه وعاد إلى بلده. Why did not? Because he changed his opinion and returned to his country. No, this is not. لأن الله أرسل عليهم عذابه. Because Allah sent on him his punishment. ألم ترى كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. كان كل طائر يحمل حجرا. Every bird was carrying one stone. حجرين, 2 stones. 3 أحجار, they were carrying 3 stones. مات أبرهة في مكة وصنعاء الحبشة. He died in Sana'a. He did not go to Habasha also. كان الفيل يبرك إذا وجه إلى. The elephant used to kneel down whenever it was faced towards Sharq, to the east, Shimal, to the north, Al-Gharb, to the west. So they're saying, I think it's Shamal, to the north, but he's saying to the west, Al-Gharb, west, because maybe Yemen, they're coming like this, but I think it's Shamal. But in the answers in the PPT, they're saying Gharb. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's listen to the second audio. It's been a long one because so many hard words, no? Al-Qism al-Thani. Because if we split this up again, it'll be a difficult thing. So let's do it here. You can pause if you want. This might be a short one. So what we'll do, we'll just try to listen to the audio and then translate quickly, inshallah. I'll just go a little quick, maybe, because it's already so much time. I hope there are not many difficult words here. Okay.
الوحدة الرابعة الدرس الرابع.
This is 4 minutes again, so we'll listen to this paragraph and then like I'm doing now. Because if I go sentence by sentence again, it'll become so long.
والعشرون.
فهم المسموع. القسم الثاني.
الوصية الأولى. كتب أبو بكر رضي الله عنه إلى بعض قواد جيشه قال: إذا سرت فلا تعنف أصحابك في السير ولا تغضبهم وشاور ذوي الآراء منهم واستعمل العدل وأبعد عنك الجور، فإنه ما أفلح قوم ظلموا ولا نصروا على عدوهم. وإذا لقيتم الذين كفروا زحفا فلا تولوهم الأدبار، ومن يولهم يومئذ دبره إلا متحرفا لقتال أو متحيزا إلى فئة فقد باء بغضب من الله. وإذا نصرتم عليهم فلا تقتلوا شيخا ولا امرأة ولا طفلا، ولا تحرقوا زرعا ولا تقطعوا شجرا، ولا تذبحوا بهيمة إلا ما يلزمكم أكله، ولا تغدروا إذا هادنتم، ولا تنقضوا إذا صالحتم. وستمرون على أقوام في الصوامع رهبان ترهبوا لله، فدعوهم ومن فردوا إليه وارتضوه لأنفسهم، فلا تهدموا صوامعهم ولا تقتلوهم، والسلام.
These are the wasiyatan of Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and this is from Umar radiallahu anhu. So كتب أبو بكر, this is war wasiyah. كتب أبو بكر رضي الله عنه إلى بعض قواد جيشه, to some of the leaders of his army. قائد pluralist, قواد. قائد pluralist, قواد. قادة is also used as plural. So قائد is a leader, قائد جيش. leader of the army, قائد قائد الشركة, like the leader of the company, that is manager, director. مدير is also used. No? قواد إلى بعض قواد جيشه, to some of the leaders of his جيش, of his army. قال, he said, إذا سرت, if you travel, فلا تعنف أصحابك في السير. Don't, so عنف يعنف, تعنف, don't treat harshly. عنف, تعنيف. Unf is like harsh. Don't be harsh on don't treat harshly your companions in the traveling. So while you're going, don't be so harsh. Oh, do this, do that, like a chief commander. No, don't be so harsh on your in the traveling. ولا تغضبهم. أغضب يغضب, and don't make them angry. Don't make them angry, because maybe if they become angry, they'll let out their anger on the people. So don't make them angry also. وَشَاوِرْ, and take opinions. شاور يشاور, take the opinions, do mashwara, consultation. ذَوِي الْآرَاءِ مِنْهُمْ, the people of ara, the people of opinions on them. Because not everybody will have an opinion about things. People who are knowledgeable, take the opinions about them. The big scholars, the big shuyukh and big sahaba. وَاسْتَعْمِلِ الْعَدْلِ, and استعمل is to practice adl, justice. Everything should be just. وَأَبْعِدْ عَنْكَ الْجَوْرِ, and make far away from you al-jawr. Jara yajudu is to deviate. Nah? So jawr is injustice, dhulm. Dhulm is also called jawr. فَإِنَّهُ مَا أَفْلَحَ قَوْمٌ ظَلَمُوا, because فإنه لأن, because فإنه ما أفلح قوم, a person and a people are not successful, are not victorious, who oppress. So an oppressive people are not victorious. ولا نصروا, and they will not be helped على عدوهم, on their enemies. Against their enemies they will not be helped. نصروا. He quotes the verse وَإِذَا لَقِيتُمُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, and when wow is missing here, there's no wow in the verse. The verse is, because in the audio he put a wow, so I was like, is there a wow? The verse is Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. This is Anfal, verse number 15. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha laqitumul ladhina kafaru. There's no wow. This is, the verse is correct. So this is the new edition. So the audios are of old. Idha laqitumul ladhina kafaru, and if you meet those who disbelieve, zahfan. Zahfan yani advancing. So in battle, zahfan, advancing in battle. فَلَا تُوَلُّوهُمُ الْأَدْبَارِ, not any meeting, but the armies are attacking. So don't turn your backs and run away. فَلَا تُوَلُّوهُمُ الْأَدْبَارِ. وَلَّا يُوَلِّي is to turn away. So أَنْتُمْ تُوَلُّونَ. وَلَّا يُوَلِّي تُوَلُّونَ, and then the noun is dropped. فَلَا تُوَلُّوهُمُ الْأَدْبَارِ. This is النهي. Don't return to them your backs in fight. وَمَنْ يُوَلِّيهِمْ, وَمَنْ يُوَلِّيهِمْ, وَمَنْ يُوَلِّيهِمْ, and whoever turns to them, يَوْمَئِذٍ دُبُرَهُ, on that day his back. On such a day, إِلَّا, except مُتَحَرِّفًا. مُتَحَرِّفًا is the one who is as a strategy. تَحَرَّفَ يَتَحَرَّفُ, except as a strategy for battle. Okay, you're turning back and then attacking from here. Fine. مُتَحَرِّفًا لِلْقِتَالِ, that is fine. أو متحيزا إلى فئة, or for متحيز is getting ready. تحيز, تحيز, or joining a group, you could say. Joining a group, that means you're running back and joining the group. إلى فئة فقد باء بغضب من الله, he has earned, باء, he's incurred the anger of Allah. باء بغضب من الله. That is, don't turn your backs away, don't run away. وَإِذَا نُصِرْتُمْ, and if you were given victory, عليهم, there should not be any comma, I believe. وَإِذَا نُصِرْتُمْ عليهم فَلَا تَقْتُلُوا شَيْخًا, so don't kill an old person. وَلَا امْرَأَةً, not a woman. وَلَا طِفْلًا, no child. وَلَا تُحْرِقُوا زَرْعًا, and don't burn their farms. وَلَا تَقْطَعُوا شَجَرًا, don't cut their trees. Don't cut trees. وَلَا تَذْبَحُوا بَهِيمًا, and don't slaughter an animal. Just don't go rampage, killing. إِلَّا مَا يَلْزُمُكُمْ أَكْلُهُ, except for your eating. What forces you, alzama yalzimu, or lazima, it becomes important for you to kill for eating. You don't have food, and it becomes your property, war booty and all that. So then, okay, that means don't kill it for fun. Ma yalzamukum akluhu, what forces you, it's eating. That means what makes you mandatory. ولا تغدروا إذا هادنتم. So تغدروا, don't act treacherously. إذا هادنتم يعني إذا صالحتم, إذا, when you make a truce. So you and enemy make a truce. Okay, we won't do this. Don't become treacherous. Stick to your truce. Stick to your treaty which you make with people, with the kuffar also. نعم, ولا تغدروا إذا هادنتم, because المسلمون على عقودهم, their promises. Muslims are always on the promise. ولا تنقضوا إذا صالحتم, and don't, naqd is also, don't break it if you do sulh. إذا صالحت. So naqada yanqudu is to break إذا صالحتم, and don't break if you make it. So don't be treacherous, don't break your promises. وتستمرون على أقوام, and وستمرون على أقوام, so you'll pass by people في الصوامع, in churches. It's not a church. So ma'a sawame is a monk's hermit. Hermit. It's not a church. A kanisa is a church. Sawame is more like hermitage, where people, monks are there. Ruhbana tarahabu lillah. You'll find ruhban, rahib, ruhban, who are the monks. Tarahabu, they have dedicated themselves for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So rahiba yarhabu is to be frightened, to be afraid. But tarahaba, yatarahabu is to become a monk. So rahaba is like fear. And from the similar word, the root letter, they made tarahaba, to become a monk. Rahib. Irhabi is a terrorist, by the way, who makes terrorize others. Fada'uhum. So leave them. Da is to leave. Plural is da'uhum, so leave them. Waman faradu ilayhi, and what infarada. Infarada is to become alone, parallel, and what they have withdrawn from. So leave them and their people, whoever, maybe. Allahu a'lam. Wartadawhu li anfusihim. Irtada is to please them, satisfy, maybe. Wartadawhu li anfusihim. Leave them. That will be pleased with whatever they are. Leave them to themselves, maybe. فَلَا تَهْدِمُوا سَوَامِعَهُمْ, so don't destroy their hermitages, whatever they are there. وَلَا تَقْتُلُوهُ, and don't kill them. وَالسَّلَامُ, and peace be upon you.
الوصية الثانية من وصايا عمر رضي الله عنه للقاضي: آس بين الناس في مجلسك ووجهك، حتى لا يطمع شريف في حيفك ولا ييأس ضعيف من عدلك، والبينة على من ادعى واليمين على من أنكر، والصلح جائز بين المسلمين إلا صلحا حرم حلالا أو أحل حراما، ولا يمنعك قضاء قضيته بالأمس ثم راجعت فيه نفسك وهديت فيه لرشدك أن ترجع عنه.
Let's half it up. So this is في أسس القضاء, in the foundations of judgment. من وصايا عمر, from the instructions of Umar رضي الله عنه للقاضي, for the judge: آسي بين الناس في مجلسك ووجهك. آسي, آسي is سوى بين الناس. That means make it equal in your sitting majlis, in your gathering, and your face. That means be neutral. Be neutral. آسي. عسى يئوس أوسا وإياسا. أوضه, help. That means be neutral. حتى لا يطمع شريف في حيفك. And so that what will happen if you're neutral, the noble person will not hope for their injustice. Hayf yani dhulm. There's so many words for hayf. Hafa yahifu is to deal unjustly. Hayf, wrong, injustice. So he should not hope, oh, this guy I can manage him. Wala yay'asa da'ifun, and the weak person should not despair from your justice. A weak person should not come to you and say, oh, I don't think he will deal justice. So be neutral. Don't be like a rich guy, or don't be like a weak person. If you show weakness also, the rich person will try to manipulate you. وَالْبَيِّنَةُ عَلَى مَنِ ادَّعَى. And bayina, this is from the hadith, that bayina, the evidence is one on the claimant. Right? If I claim this is mine, you should have an evidence. وَالْيَمِينُ عَلَى مَنْ أَنْكَرَ. And the oath is on the one who refuses it. So if I say, somebody comes and says, this pen is mine, he should have the evidence that this is mine. And the one who rejects it, he says, no, this is mine. The other person says, so he says, I don't have any evidence, but he can just take an oath. Yeah. So if, for example, Hamid says, this is mine, and I say, no, this is mine. So Hamid has to bring evidence. If Hamid says, I don't have any evidence, but I know this is mine. So the judge will ask me to say, okay, you take an oath that this is yours. So if I take an oath, this will become mine, because this guy did not bring any evidence. If I say I won't take an oath, then this will go to Hamid. Like that. Subhanallah, just no. But you might be like, oh, Yamin, anyone can take. Yes, that's true. Then for that we have akhirah. Anyways. وَالصُّلْحُ جَائِزٌ بَيْنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And sulh, treaty between Muslims is allowed. Illa sulhan, but it's not be that treaty, harama halalan, which makes haram what is halal, or ahalla haraman, or makes haram, or makes halal what is haram. So that means it does not make the opposite of each other. وَلَا يَمْنَعُكَ قَضَاءً قَضَيْتَهُ. So a judgment should not prevent you which you have judged upon. So you go and pass a judgment. Okay, this is the judgment bil ams, yesterday. ثُمَّ رَعْجَاتَ فِيهِ نَفْسَكَ. Then you return to it. That means you review. Oh, I think I made a mistake. This person should be there. وَهُدِيتَ فِيهِ. And you were guided لِرُشْدِكَ, to its guidance. And تَرْجِعَ عَنْهُ, that you should return to it. Don't say, oh, I've already passed this judgment and so on. No. Although there are rules for that, like can you revise your judgment and so on, there are rules. It's not, you have to look into those rules. But because sometimes what will happen, you might have passed the rule, tomorrow you might pass another rule opposite to that, because you might think this is now correct. So should you go and revise the original rule or not? There are opinions and all that. We have to look into that. فَإِنَّ الْحَقَّ قَدِيمٌ, because the truth is old. وَمُرَاجَعَةُ الْحَقِّ خَيْرٌ مِنَ التَّمَادِ فِي الْبَاطِلِ. And muraja'atul haqq is better than tamadi fil batil, is roaming around, I guess. So mada yumadi is to respite, delay, but tamada yatamada is yatamadi, maybe to persevere, to stick. So tamadi fil batil, this is very important. This is a qaida. Muraja'atul haqqi khayrun min at-tamadi fil batil. You have to keep reviewing yourself, sticking to the truth. Even though, so it happens in fiqh also. You might take a position today, and tomorrow something else, you might see this is the truth. So just don't do just taqleed and follow blind following. No, you go to the truth and accept it, because there's evidence, and you muraja'atul haqq, you go back to the truth. Al-fahma lima yatalajlaju fi sadrik.
حق قديم ومراجعة الحق خير من التمادي في الباطل. الفهم عندما يتلجلج في صدرك ما لم يبلغك في كتاب الله ولا في سنة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. واعرف الأمثال والأشباه، وقس الأمور عند ذلك، ثم اعمد إلى أحبها عند الله وأشبهها بالحق فيما ترى.
Okay. Al-fahma, beware. So whenever you say Allah, this is a way of tahdhir, warning. Al-fahma, that means beware of fahm, such an understanding. lima, or in the audio it is عندما, when, يتلجلج. So beware of the understanding. Lima يتلجلج في صدرك. In your heart, you are hesitant about it. تلجلج يتلجلج يتردد. There's taraddud. There's which is true. You're a judge, no? So you should be sure about it. The haqq should be sure. It should be certain. So beware of that understanding. ما لم يبلغك في, until and unless it reaches you في كتاب الله, in the book of Allah, ولا في سنة النبي. And not in the, I mean, that, and also the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So you should have evidence backed by it. It should not be hesitant and you pass a judgment. No, no, no. Be sure. Yaqeen. وَعَذِفِ الْأَمْثَالَ وَالْأَشْبَاهِ, and know the amthal, similar ones, and ashbah also similar. That means this case is similar to this case. So try to equate between them so that you can pass a similar ruling. If a third case comes, you can pass. وَقِسِ الْأُمُورَ عِنْدَ ذَلِكَ, and do qiyas. That means this is similar to this and this is similar. So you can do qiyas. Umura عند ذلك, do the qiyas analogy when it comes. ثم عمد إلى أحبها عند الله. You could amada ya'amidu is to support, prop, intend. So intend what is most pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وأشبهها بالحق, and the most resembling to the truth فيما ترى, of what you think.
واجعل للمدعي حقا غائبا أو بينة أمدا ينتهي إليه، فإن أحضر بينته أخذت له بحقه، وإلا وجهت عليه القضاء، فإن ذلك أنفى للشك وأجلى للعمى وأبلغ في العذر. المسلمون عدول بعضهم على بعض.
So وَجْعَلْ لِلْمُدَّعِي. So when the claimant comes, make it for him a right, غائبا, make it a hidden right, أو بينة, or an evidence, أمدا ينتهي إليه, which will extend to him. So if a claimant comes, maybe from what I understand, give him time. You have to see the shuruh and all. That's heavy words, no? This is legislature words. So give him time, give him respite, maybe to bring his evidence. But in ahdara bayinatahu, so if he brings his evidence, give him some reasonable time. Don't bring it tomorrow, bring it tonight. Okay, if somebody says this pen is his, he says, I'll bring the evidence, I have the receipt or whatever. Give him a week's time, 10 days, whatever is required appropriately. If he brings the receipt, akhadta lahu bihaqqi, so you will take him and give it to Hamid. You will akhadta lahu, you will take it with his right. That was given to him. وَإِلَّا وَجَّهْتَ عَلَيْهِ الْقَضَاء, or else you will turn away against him. He says, I've given you 10 days, 1 month time. You didn't bring any receipt for this, so this is mine itself. I mean, this is the defendant's. فَإِنَّ ذَلِكَ أَنْفَى لِلشَّكِّ, and it is more, nafa is to, it is more prohibiting for shak, expelling. Nafa yanfu is to expel. Nafa, expelling for doubt. وَأَجْلَى لِلْعَمَى. So jala yajlu is to polish something. So ajla, it becomes more clear. It becomes more obvious. For blindness, ama is blindness, so it becomes more clear. So because if you give some time, give appropriate time. وَأَبْلَغُ فِي الْعُذْرِ, and more reaching for excuse. It is more, you have more excuse. The judge will have, I've given reasonable amount of time, I've done whatever is possible, and this is what the judgment I have. Excuse, absolved from guilt. You'll not be guilty. المسلمون عدول بعضهم على بعض. Muslims عدول. So the singular is idl, equal. So Muslims are equals of each other. They balance each other out. If somebody has this thing high, the other Muslims will balance each other out. Al-Muslimuna udulun. Plural is udul or a'dal, corresponding halves. Udul is also a bag sack. بعضهم إلا مجلودا في حد.
إلا مجلودا في حد، أو مجربا عليه شهادة زور، أو ظنينا في ولاء أو قرابة، فإن الله قد تولى منكم السرائر ودرأ عنكم بالشبهات.
So Muslims balance each other out, that one Muslim is equal to another, right? إلا مجلودا في الحد, except that he is مجلود. جلد يجلد is to whip someone. So he is مجلودا في حد. That means he has been already he has been whipped in a had. That means he's already a criminal kind of guy. He's already, his character has been, tarnished. أو مجربا عليه, or it has been tried upon him, shahadatu zur. He has already given bad witness. He's been proven to be a criminal. أو ظنينا في ولاء أو خرابة. Or he has ظنين. He has, Dhanin is suspicious, untrustworthy. He has been thought about that. Dhanna is to think, no? He has been thought about in wala. That is not wala wa bara, no? Is not what do you call, honorable. He is not trustworthy. Or qaraba, or in relationship closeness. There's a suspect. He's a suspect. So that time you have to be careful.
ثم إياك
فإن الله قد تولى منكم السرائر. So Allah is entrusted. So Allah knows the secrets. Allah knows the secrets. Yeah, maybe take possession, take charge, has taken charge of the secrets, minkum as-sarair. But maybe from what I understand is don't become suspicious of everyone, of the hidden things of people's sins. Don't be like that. Don't do tajassus, spying and all that. وَدَرَى عَنْكُمُ الشُّبْهَاتِ, and he has repelled. Dara is to repel from you doubts.
القلق والضجر والتأذي بالناس والتنكر للخصوم في مواطن الحق التي يوجب الله بها الأجر ويحسن بها الذخر، فإنه من يخلص نيته فيما بينه وبين الله تبارك وتعالى ولو على نفسه يكفيه الله ما بينه وبين الناس.
Okay. He says, ثُمَّ إِيَّاكَ وَالْقَلَقِ, and don't have qalaq. Qalaq is worry, unrest, disquiet, alarm, agitation. Don't be perturbed. So إِيَّاكَ وَالْقَلَقِ, that is beware of being perturbed. Or daja. And daja is also similar. Perturb, daja is to stop someone from doing something. Dajira, to be annoyed. So don't give a pass ruling while being annoyed. But ta'adhi, and harm with the people. That means you might receive harm from the people, or you will harm the people. So beware of all these things. وَالتَّنَكُّرْ لِلْخُصُومِ. Tanakkur is to show ignorance. Tanakkara is to show that I don't know. Disguise. وَالتَّنَكُّرْ لِلْخُصُومِ في مواطن الحق. In the places of haq, khusum is disputes. It comes from khasama yakhsimu, to defeat in argument. But we want khasmun. So khusum also means khasm, khusum. I think he means adversary, opponents. So one is a khasm of another. Plural is khusum. The guys are called khusum, opponents. So beware of tanakkura al-khusum fi mawatin al-haq, in the places of truth. Don't disguise the ruling like that. Allati yujibu Allahu bil ajr, which Allah has mandated for that ajr. Just because someone is your friend or whatever, don't just change the ruling. Wa yuhsinu biha dhukhr, and he has made for you good dhukhr. I don't know what dhukhr is. Dhakhara yadkhuru is to preserve, store away. So dhukhrun is stored away, hoarded. That is for Jannah, maybe treasures. He has given you treasures in Jannah, inshallah. فَإِنَّهُ مَنْ يُخْلِصُ نِيَّتَهُ. So whoever has his niyyah, his أخلص يخلص, his niyyah is ikhlas, his sincere. فيما بينه وبين Allah. So the judge ultimately should have a good niyyah between him and Allah تبارك وتعالى ولو على نفسه, even though it's against himself. يكفيه الله, Allah will be enough. ما بينه وبين الناس, what is between him and the people. And people will always harm you, they'll always come against you. So Allah will be enough. So difficult text, no? But yeah, we've tackled it a little bit. Maybe I might be mistaken in many things, but may Allah forgive me in the understanding, inshallah. You can correct me for others in the comments section. So let's go to this thing. True or false? Al-wasiyatul ula fi usus al-qada. The first wasiya instruction is for judgment, no. Khata. Al-wasiyatu thaniya liqadati al-juyush is for the leaders, no. Wrong. أوصى أبو بكر رضي الله عنه المسلمين بالرحمة في الحرب, to have mercy in the wars, صحيح. أوصى عمر رضي الله عنه القضاة بالأخذ بالنصوص والبعد عن القياس, to take from the text and go away far away from qiyas. No, if there's no text you can do qiyas, no. This is khata. Al-Muslimuna udul, Muslims are just, you could say, or balancing, equal. Yes, udul. نصح أبو بكر رضي الله عنه القادة بألا يهدموا الصوامع. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu gave the nasiha, the instruction that to the qada. See, quwwad is also used, qadatun is also plural. So qa'id is one leader, but you want to say multiple leaders, you can use both. You can say quwwad, quwwadul jaysh, or qadatul jaysh. Leaders, بألا يهدموا الصوامع. Sawma'a is one hermit where the monks live and all that. And then it's sawame, that it should not destroy. Hadama yahdimu is true. Allah yahdimu as-sawame, that they should not destroy the hermitage is true. صح. تدريب الثاني. اختر الجواب المناسب. You have to choose the correct بوضع دايته. Choose the correct answer. إصلاح القاضي بين المسلمين مندوب. Qadi, the judge should do islah between Muslims. Wajibun jaizun. It's wajibun, no? It's important. They said jaizun in the answers, but I think it's wajib. You have to do islah. What also you do ifsad, spread corruption? You have to be good for the Muslim. Ala qa'id al-jaysh istisharatu, on the leader istisharatu dhawi ra'i. The people of opinions, yes. Kibar is in old people, no. Ammat al-junud, the general army, no. Dhawir ra'i, because there are people who might be young, but they might have opinions, correct opinions, and so on. They might be experienced. Al-yaminu ala al-mudda'i. The yamin, al-yaminu ala al-munkir. The yamin, the oath is on the one who defends, that means who rejects. Alladhi yafidhu min al-aduwi khawfan jaza'uhu. Whoever fights, runs away from the enemy, fearing his punishment is qatl, he should be killed. Ghadabullah, the anger of Allah. Iqabu qa'id al-jaysh, the punishment of the leader of the army. No, Ghadabullah. Allah's anger, hilal. Should we kill the one who, like many armies are there? So you have to go back to fiqh. Should we punish the ones who run away? Because in many armies they have a rule that, whoever retreats, he'll be killed. Fleers or killers. There's some rule like that. But as for the Quran and Sunnah, from what we know, we have to go back to books of fiqh, like what the leader should do. Politics and all that. And the army is commanded, if he sees rahib, the monks, that he should kill them. Yatrukuhum, he should leave them. Yad'uhum, he should call them towards Islam. No, leave them. If calling them Islam is fine, but first command is to leave them. Once everything settles down, maybe you can call later on. Al-Muslimuna udulun, the Muslims are just. Illa, except Shahid az-Zur, waqiyan fi haddi julida ilay. Udul, supporters or the balancers. Man ahdara bayyina, who brings evidence. Muslims are equal, except who brings in evidence. If he has an evidence, then we will give a ruling in favor of him. As-sulhu jaizun bayna al-muslimina illa sulhan khalafa ash-shar. Yes, this one. It goes against. Sulah between Muslims is fine. Treaties. وقع بين العادة, no. أحل الحلال, not just, oh, this is correct. If he makes halal, no problem. خالف الشرع, it goes against the sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is muhabara. Maybe we can read it. Yeah, we can read it just quickly. This is just dialogue. تدريب. حاول زميلك converse with your classmate. حاولوا زملائكم في الموضوعات التالية أو في بعدها in the following points. الزواج مبكرا أو الزواج متأخرا. Should you do early marriage or late marriage? الزواج من قريب. You should do from relative قريبة أو الزواج من بعيد. Far people. It could be قريب, could be relative or close people. الزواج من ابن بنت البلد from the same country or الزواج من أجنبي from foreigner. الزواج من امرأة عاملة, should you work with marry with a working woman or not working. إنجاب أولاد كثيرين أو إنجاب أولاد قليل. You should have a lot of children or less children. يمكنك أن تكتب هنا العناصر والشواهد الأمثلة. You can write here استعدادا للمحاضرة, preparing for the dialogue between your two friends. Okay, تقديم المفعول به قواعد اللغة إن شاء الله. We'll do it in the next class. You see, this class became so long. Subhanallah, it's so difficult. The book's becoming more difficult by the time. Now they're bringing difficult text. Don't worry, just keep on going. Ultimately, the experience matters. Finishing the book is matters, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakallahu Khairan. If you're listening to this, tuba lakum. Good news for you, because you're here till the last second. Whenever after I recorded this also, inshallah, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line. Keep going till the end of the book. Take the experience, difficult words, write it down, and it'll become easier with time. Even for me, this is the first time I'm teaching, so it's difficult. But once I teach it, maybe once or twice, it becomes easy, inshallah ta'ala. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.